Calling to order the regular meeting of the Wheeling Plan Commission for Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. Please stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty.
Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Commissioner Riles.
Here.
Commissioner Meyer.
Here.
Commissioner Casper.
Present.
Commissioner Sprague is here. Commissioner Smart.
Here.
Commissioner Heiken.
Here.
Chairman Johnson.
Here. Ms. Nyes, any changes to the agenda?
No changes.
All right. Do we have any citizens' concerns and comments?
No.
Signed up, no? And we have no consent items, so we'll move right into our items for review with docket PSP MIN 24-0006, request for minor site plan and building appearance approval for Permaseal at 1480 South Wolf. Ms. Nyes?
Thank you. This docket came forward from the actual property owner, which is Permaseal, and this is the property where the pickleball group is going to occupy the west side of the building, and then eWorks is going to occupy the east side of the building. So there's two new addresses. I think eWorks is going to maintain the 1480 address, and the pickleball will now be 1470. So as part of those two companies coming in, they needed to put a trash enclosure on the property and make some improvements to the facade that had not been finished up when they installed these two doors last year. So there was some updates here that needed to be corrected on that north facade. And then on the east facade, we had asked them to repaint where the old logo was showing through. And then the trash enclosure is gonna go in at the northwest corner of the building within the parking lot. So a couple spaces that will be removed for that, which is fine. And then we also asked them to restripe these parking spaces up along the north side. It had looked like some of them had been removed, and there had been some trailers parked there for a while, but that is no longer the case. The trailers are not there anymore. So that's no longer a concern, and there was some dumpsters out there a few months ago, but now they just have their regular trash removal dumpster, and once the trash enclosure goes in, they'll be able to put that in there. So they are just looking for minor site plan and building appearance approval to make those updates. And staff had two conditions proposed. The first one, that the petitioner shall obtain a building permit from the Community Development Department prior to the commencement of construction, and I believe they've already applied for that. And number two, the ADA parking stalls shall be a minimum of 16 feet wide and include a U.S. Department of Transportation R7-8 reserve parking and R7-110 $250 sign permanently mounted in the center of the parking space. Revised plans and details shall be provided on the building permit plans. This is just related to, where are the plans? They're adding, I think when the pickleball group came, someone had asked for some additional ADA spaces, and it just, one of these is a little short. So they just have to make sure it is the correct width. And with that, we do have someone from Permaseal here. If you want to come up and give us your name and address, and then if you have anything else you want to present, and then they can ask you questions. Were you gonna?
From Permaseal.
Oh, you're from eWorks. Sorry, eWorks. Come on
Well,
up.
come on up. You'll do.
Yep, someone.
Name and business address,
My name
please.
is Jeff Stagg, and I'm with eWorks, and the business is 1480 South Wolf.
All right. Is there anything you want to add to what Marcy's
I
already
do
said?
have one question. We just seen these drawings the other day as well, so where they're gonna put the garbage, and, you know, it's fine. I prefer not to look at trash as well. I do have a concern, though, with the parking spaces. We learned that the reason why that area was striped on a diagonal, it wasn't for trucks to be parked there. It was when the semis come in, they need that amount of space to make the turn. So if you revert it back to the parking spaces, that's our area. We wouldn't have anybody parked there anyways, because there's no way for the semis to make the turn to back into the dock.
So you need,
Right now, that area.
The
if you
semis
go-
to
if you go
back
to
into
the
this
photo-
dock.
Yeah, if you go back to the photo, whoever was there prior to us.
this dock.
Yeah, striped the ground, the asphalt with yellow diagonals to not
Right
make
here.
it parking spaces, so the semis they pull in and they use that as their radius to back into the
Oh,
docks.
for here.
Yeah, for their.
Okay,
The
So
overall view.
what's
shows
on the
it.
picture now is the diagonal striping?
No, if you go to the overhead view, I think it was your first one.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can see
okay,
how they're
yeah.
on diagonals there. I believe that was done on purpose prior to us, because somebody must have had the same issue of someone parking there and then a truck and
Right,
trailer comes
couldn't
and they
get-
can't make the turn, so that's why they.
And do you get semis?
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
We do. We get a lot of LTL from UPS or FedEx and.
Okay, so how can we,
okay, so
If it's easier to keep it.
did they
apart,
already
it's
restripe it?
It's all striped already, and it has already the yellow diagonals.
So, I mean, this just looks like their normal space.
The ends are. They
Okay.
only striped it directly in front of the docks for the turn.
Oh, okay, so right now it still has the diagonal that you need?
It still has the diagonal.
Okay.
When they
Okay.
redid the parking lot before we moved in, they just painted it the way it was.
Got it.
Oh.
Okay, so I think we can just handle that at the staff level.
so it would just be a difference in your parking calculations, probably?
Yeah, which they were fine with.
Yeah, I got plenty, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Okay.
so you can work out those
Yeah.
details? All right, let's see if we have any questions. Commissioner Riles?
Thank you. It was kind of confusing with the stripes, and I don't know if we could, I don't know what to do, but I don't know, because are these stripes, were people parking there, or they were just there to indicate that the trucks were coming in and gonna back up or whatever?
The stripes were placed on diagonals so cars would not park there. So when a semi truck comes in, there will be nothing in its way in order to pull in and to make the turn back into the dock.
Yeah, I was just curious if there should be something to identify, that particular area.
Yeah, I think staff brought this up because we thought it was striped off because trucks were going to park there.
Right.
So I don't think there's a problem with people parking there. So I don't think it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah.
Okay.
Staff brought it up.
Okay,
so.
no worries. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Commissioner Meyer?
No questions, thank you.
Commissioner Casper?
No questions, no comments, thank you.
Commissioner Sprague?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening. I did see that the doors that you're adding on the west side, the man doors, are going to be painted blue. I was just wondering, the new overhead doors, are those also going to be blue?
That's not our space. I'm just here to represent eWorks, so
Oh.
that's a question towards the landlord.
Sorry, what was the question?
Are the new overhead doors, are those going to be blue also?
Yeah,
Thought
they're
that
already
was-
there.
They're white now.
Oh, those. Oh, because this one's blue?
Yeah.
We can make a condition that all the doors have to be blue.
Well, they're painting the new ones that they're gonna put in.
Yeah,
on the
I have a
backside.
feeling that those just never got painted. Let's see if it's on, there's an elevation. Oh, God, I can't read that.
Yeah, I looked, I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, does that, can anyone zoom in on if this says it's gonna be blue?
It says
It's not,
painted,
it's not there. I looked at that.
No?
well, there's, yeah, it does, yeah, just existing.
Thought there was something.
It just says, make repairs to match existing finishes at recently installed door openings.
Yeah, so if it's supposed to match the existing finishes at the recently installed door, that's referring back to the one on the west, but we can make a condition if you'd like, because, yeah, it should be blue.
Okay, sounds good to me. That's all I have.
Commissioner Smart,
Thank you, no questions.
Commissioner Heiken.
Yes, thank you. I just, this is probably questions for staff if you're not the landlord. I was just curious about a monument sign in front. Are they putting anything at the street, monument sign?
Yes, we already submitted a permit for it.
Okay. And then who's using the office space in front? Is that also going to be used by
We are,
eWorks?
we're using it eWorks.
Okay, so entrance for you would be in through the office or
The
through the?
office space.
Okay, that's all I have, thank you.
All right, and I had nothing further. So if there's no other questions, I would entertain a motion. Oh,
I
with-
just,
oh, you gotta
yeah,
read
I
the
just
conditions.
added all overhead doors shall be painted blue,
Okay.
maybe to match the existing doors.
Yes, thank you.
Wait, can you give me 1 second?
Yep.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so with the conditions as mentioned, I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Heiken, Casper. Commissioner Heiken,
Yes.
Commissioner Casper.
Yes.
Commissioner Riles,
Yes.
Commissioner Meyer,
Yes,
Commissioner Sprague is a yes, Commissioner Smart,
Yes,
Chairman Johnson.
Yes.
Okay, I'll follow up with the Permaseal folks about how to move on. So, thank you.
Thanks for coming.
thank you.
All right, next up, we have PSU 24-0006. Request to amend ordinance 5466 to include a reduction in townhome building separation within Lot 1 of London Crossing for NVR Inc., doing business as Ryan Homes, 900 Jenkins Court. Ms. Nyes?
Thank you. So we had a request to amend this PUD a few months ago that was regarding irrigation for the townhome portions, which was approved. So this will amend that amendment to, this is basically for just the townhomes again, and it specifically only relates to, here's all the townhomes. It only relates to these two townhomes in the northeast corner here. It's the buildings 5 and 6. So I zoomed in here for 5 and 6. And for all the townhomes, they were all gonna have 18.5-foot driveways and a 24-foot drive aisle. And what happened was, after they put the foundation in and they did a spot survey, they realized the building was a little bit, or the foundation was a little bit off. And they shifted things, and they shifted the porches and made them skinnier and bigger, and they shifted it within this non-easement area as much as they could, because you can move within that non-easement area. And we agreed to an 18-foot long driveway and this 23.24-foot wide drive aisle. All of the other buildings in the townhouse area can meet the 18.5-foot or exceeds the 18.5-foot long driveway and 24-foot drive aisle. So they're requesting for the PUD to be amended for the buildings 5 and 6 to have this reduced drive aisle and driveway length. Thought I would just save the petitioner for having to explain that.
Okay. Come on up, sir. And state your name and business address for the record.
Good evening. My name is Mark Fields. I'm with Ryan Homes, and we are located at 850 East Steel Road in Naperville.
So, Anything to add to what Marcy has?
No, not, just a minor. And so we're the builder purchasing the lots from the developer. And what we noticed was the recorded plat has a building envelope. And this is a great exhibit to show that the buildings, you can kind of see where the rears, you have some that are recessed and some that have kind of that cantilever, right, to break up those rears. And the dimension on the building layout in the PUD and the plat had a little bit of a disconnect. And so really what seemed to be driving it, right, besides just building placement, was the dimension pulled from, right, the widest distance versus the rear of garages is what I guess I would reference it to. So that's kind of the, I guess, the reasoning as to, right, we had our model permit, right, met all of the requirements for that. And then as we were doing, right, the layout for future buildings, realized that that line had roughly a 9-inch issue. So that's why we're here this evening.
All right. Let's see if we have any questions from the group.
And just for an update,
Yeah.
also, proud to say we're 32 sales in of the 55 units to be built. So, right, just praise to Wheeling, what you all are doing here. Right, obviously it shows with us as a builder having success and bringing nice townhomes opportunities to the market. But I do want to share that sales out there have been good and look forward to being in front of you again in the future.
Thank you.
Just wanted to give you that update on the neighborhood.
All right, Commissioner Hyken.
I have no questions. I wish you nothing but good luck with the rest of the
Thank you.
project. Thank you.
Smart.
Thank you. No questions tonight. Thank you.
Sprague.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening. So this was basically a print problem, not a building problem?
Correct. I would say it was a dimension, right? A
Yeah.
dimension discrepancy
On the prints?
between the
The
recorded
building?
plat and the exhibit in the PUD engineering
Okay.
set.
All right, thank you. That's all I have.
Commissioner Casper.
No questions, thank you.
Commissioner Meyer.
I have a small question. So I acknowledge your dimensional issue. Is there anything that, in your professional experience, could have been done to avoid these circumstances?
Yes. And it really is a function of when the developer is not the end user. And so, right, in the transition of, right, recording, developing a property, and then having an end user like us to do the building and go vertical, right, you just have multiple consultants, and then that's where kind of the miss was there. Thankfully, it was minor, but still, right, obviously requires us to come before you all and ask for that relief.
Thank you for the clarification.
Commissioner Riles.
No questions, thank you.
And I guess my question has been answered. This isn't going to happen as we move down the line of these.
No, staff was excellent in having us provide kind of an overall building layout, worked with us on that, so no, don't anticipate that at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions from the group? Then I would entertain a motion. Do we have any?
No.
No? Okay. No conditions, so. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Meyer, Hyken. Commissioner Meyer,
Yes.
Commissioner Hyken,
Yes.
Commissioner Riles,
Yes.
Commissioner Casper,
Yes?
Commissioner Sprague is a yes, Commissioner Smart,
Yes.
Chairman Johnson.
Yes. Right.
Okay, so you will go in front of the village board on May 6th to do the same thing.
Thank you.
How soon do you think you'll be building more of them?
We are working through permits now. In fact, I believe they are almost ready to be picked up, pending maybe a document from the developer. So hopefully, we're ready, our buyers are ready. So we would love to be going vertical
Yeah.
tomorrow if we could, but hopefully very shortly.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next up, we have docket PV 24-0001. Request for variation to permit the creation of a lot without the minimum lot frontage width of 50 feet associated with construction of a stormwater improvement facility for the Village of Wheeling Public Works Department, 515 East Merle Lane. Mr. Secretary.
The Village of Wheeling Public Works Department is seeking a variation as required in Title 19 zoning of the Wheeling Municipal Code, Chapter 19-04, Residential Districts and Associated Sections, to permit the creation of a lot without minimum lot frontage width of 50 feet associated with construction of a stormwater improvement facility located at 515 East Merle Lane. A zoning variation is intended to be a method of adjustment to equalize regulations where the zoning code has created an unnecessary hardship. A variation is designed to allow affected property owners the same rights and privileges that others enjoy in the same zoning district. In order to be granted a variation, a petitioner is required to demonstrate through testimony to the Plan Commission at a public hearing that the request meets the standards of the village code, including but not limited to how their individual situation is unique or unusual. Prior to the public hearing, the petitioner provides written statements meant to show that the request for variation meets the standards established in Title 19. The commission chairperson will typically direct that these statements be entered into the record without a full reading of them at the hearing. Based upon the testimony and supporting materials submitted, the Plan Commission will make findings in support of or against the petitioner's testimony and report those findings to the village board.
Thank you. Ms. Nyes, you just going to
Yes.
hand it over?
Well, I'll just give really brief
Okay.
explanation of the, that there are two dockets here. So there's a variation request that has a public hearing, and then there's also a preliminary plat of subdivision. Both of these need a vote, and both of them will move on to the village board for final approval. So there's this one piece of land, and the village wants to do a project up here, so they have to buy the property, which means they have to, this is turned to the left, so the north is on the left side, or on your right side, or your left side.
It's still the.
Still the left side. So anyhow, that's where this, why this lot is being created, and that's where, because of the lots being created, that's where they need the preliminary plat, and because the lot's being created, that's why they need the variance. So that's the two different dockets that Kyle is going to talk about. Just let me know if you want me to scroll through anything.
And your name and business address, sir, for the record.
Kyle Getzelman, village engineer, 2 Community Boulevard, Wheeling, Illinois.
Thank you.
Marcy's already did a pretty good job of outlining our request here, so I don't know how much more I need to say. But so the engineering division / public works is obviously looking to do a stormwater management project. The school district is willing to sell a section of the North Mark Twain property to the village, obviously for the stormwater management project. The parcel, as you saw in the previous, let's see. Yeah, this part, as you can see right here, to the left, or in this case, north, that parcel does not have direct frontage to Merle Lane. That is why we're requesting a variation from Title 19. You know, that we are going to be acquiring an easement. The school district is granting us an easement for access. You can kind of see that just below the red box there. There is an access easement through their drive aisle. So while we do not have frontage to East Merle Lane, we will have access. And that's, you know, I guess that's really about it. Marcy kind of did a good job describing anything else. I'm open to any questions that you all might have.
I'll start with a general question. What is the project involving? Just creating a detention pond?
Just a detention basin, dry bottom basin.
Dry bottom?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's see if anyone else has questions.
Public hearing too, so don't forget that.
Oh, yes. Is there anybody from the public that wants to speak on this matter? Come on up.
My name is Fred Vosecki. I live at 518 East Merle.
I have to swear you in. It's a
Oh,
public
sorry.
hearing.
Yes, I
Swear-
do.
you Swear the testimony you're giving tonight to be the truth.
Yes.
You?
Again, my name
Go
is
ahead.
Fred Vosecki. I live at 518 East Merle. It's the White House on the corner that goes into the school of Twain. My concern is, are they going to do anything to the streets? Like they did a couple of years ago, they rip them up and they put in the water and then they rip them up again. That's all my concern is. And where are they going to take the construction trucks? Are they going to come in from the west side? What that looks like right now? Is that where they're coming in, from the west side?
Construction,
Yeah, when you're done, Kyle can
Yeah,
respond.
Okay.
I'll make note of the questions that you have, and then I'll
Also, can I get a copy of this at all?
It's all on our
Oh,
website.
it's on the website? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't look this morning. That's all.
Okay.
In fact, my wife had to remind me of this because I was doing active shooters with Wheeling this morning all day over at the neighbors, which you didn't come to because you missed it. I played dead about 4 times. So that's my only concern. Obviously, they're my neighbors, they don't care. Nobody's here.
Okay.
One more question. When is this going to start? Is it after school's out?
Yes, we're coordinating this work during the summertime. It's a multi-phase project, but the work that's going to be taking place on this property is going to take place during the summer when school is out.
Okay. And just the basin, and what you said, that's all that's going to be done, the basin?
Yep, it's going to be,
Normally dry.
yeah, the dry bottom basin.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
About if the streets would be torn up.
Oh, yes, okay, I'll have to speak to Mike here. So we do expect that obviously there's going to be truck traffic as a result of this construction project. We will be evaluating the roads after the project to see what their condition is. If they meet the threshold that needs to be replaced, obviously we will consider that in an MFT roadway resurfacing project in the following year. I think truck route was your other question. We are still kind of evaluating the truck route, but for right now, they will be coming in off of Elmhurst Road, going down South Merle, taking that bend at the bottom of this picture here, entering in through the school district, or through the school property off of East Merle, and then they will be going out North Green Drive. I think that turns into West Green Drive, and then back out to Elmhurst. So like I said, when this project is all done, we will be evaluating the roadway condition. If we deem that they need resurfacing, we'll incorporate it into our roadway project.
Kyle, can
Yep.
you restate in the microphone the timing of the project in case
Sure.
people can hear you?
This phase of the project is expected to start pending permit approvals when school gets out, beginning of June. And then we're hoping to have this completed before school gets back in session. This is at the request of the school district. I think that's sometime in August. So we got a 3-month window to get this project completed, and that's our goal.
All right. Any other members of the public?
Just wanted to say, we also live in Merle, that's why we're here.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, sir.
That
You want to come up?
I didn't quite hear it. When did you say the project was going to start, most likely?
First week of June, or give or take, yeah, give or take.
And you said you're hoping you could get it done before school starts?
Correct. The goal is to get this project completely started and completed during the summer schedule. That was at the request of the school district.
Okay.
All right. If there's nothing else, Commissioner Riles,
I don't have any questions, thank you.
Commissioner Meyer,
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Casper,
No questions.
Mr. Sprague.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Is it like a natural drainage, or is there any pumps involved? Or?
There's going to be storm sewer, that's why I kind of mentioned this is a multi-phase project. There's going to be storm sewer pipe that's installed in the subdivision to the west there. That's going to be at a later phase. We wanted to focus on getting the detention basin in during the school's summer session. But this will be basically a gravity draining basin. So stormwater will be collecting in the neighborhood to the west there, make its way into the basin, then slowly release into our storm sewer network heading east towards Wheeling Road.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have.
Commissioner Smart,
No questions, thank you.
Commissioner Heiken.
No questions, thank you.
Okay, so roughly how deep is this?
We're still kind of in the design phase. I think somewhere around 7 feet deep, 8 feet deep. It's a decent-sized basin. It's designed to provide significant flood relief.
And then it's just going to be seeded or sodded?
I think there's going to be a prairie mix at the bottom, and then I think grass on the side slopes.
Okay. Nope, that's all I had.
You might have.
One more question. Is this going to?
Please come up here.
You got to come up here. So our vast television audience can hear you.
I don't have my makeup. I still got blood on my head because I was dead. Is this going to eliminate the flooding on Audrey and Merle, where I live? On a corner? That's my whole question.
I think they're hoping that.
Well,
Yes,
that's
yeah. The goal is to reduce and eliminate flooding in the neighborhood to the west there. If you've got some specific location, where'd you say? Right at Merle
It's
and,
the White House on the corner.
Oh, right at the
Drive
corner?
in between.
yes, the goal is to eliminate flooding in this entire subdivision.
Okay. Now, if I flood, can I call you up? And
You sure can.
last year, it was already up to to the tree in my house, which is about 10 feet from the corner.
All the
That's
storm,
pretty high.
yeah, all the storm sewer piping we're installing is designed for the 100-year flood and conveyance for the 100-year flood. So, yeah, we should be all right.
Okay. Any other questions?
I have one.
Commissioner Sprague?
Thank you. Is there going to be anything placed to keep the kids out of that?
Yeah, we have a aluminum fence that's going to be around the entire perimeter
Okay.
with gate for access for maintenance purposes, but yes.
All right, great, thanks.
All right. Any other questions? Anybody? All right. Then, are there conditions on this at all?
The first one, no.
All right. Then a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Smart hiking.
Martin, who?
Hiking. Commissioner Smart,
Yes.
Commissioner Hiken,
Yes.
Commissioner Riles,
Yes?
Commissioner Meyer,
Yes.
Commissioner Casper,
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes, Chairman Johnson.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, now we have to close it and then
Yes.
do the.
So I need a
Other-
motion to close the public hearing for PV 24-0001.
So moved.
Second.
Casper and Meyer. Commissioner Casper,
Yes.
Commissioner Meyer,
Yes.
Commissioner Riles,
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes, Commissioner Smart,
Yes.
Commissioner Hiken,
Yes.
Chairman Johnson.
Yes. All right, the public hearing part is closed. Now we have docket PSU BPP 24-0002. Preliminary plat of subdivision for the Village of Wheeling Public Works Department, 515 East Merle. Anything from you?
No.
Anything to add for that?
We kind of described it in the last presentation here, just subdividing the existing school district parcel so that we can build a detention basin.
All right, well, since we've approved the variation, does anyone have any questions at all on the plat? All right,
This one does have a proposed condition that final plat approval is contingent upon approval of the variation petition to permit the creation of a lot without the minimum lot frontage width of 50 feet, docket number PV 24-0001.
does this all have to go through MWRD too?
We're already going through the permitting process for that, which
Oh,
should be
okay.
wrapped up before construction.
All right, just curious.
Yep.
All right, if there's no questions, then a motion,
So
please?
moved.
Second. Commissioner Meyer,
Yes.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes, Commissioner Riles,
Yes.
Commissioner Casper,
Yes.
Commissioner Smart,
Yes.
Commissioner Hiken,
Yes.
Chairman Johnson.
Yes.
So you will go to the village board May 6th, and then you will come back for a final plat
Sounds good.
for the same thing.
That's all right. It's going to look exactly the same probably.
Yep.
So, all
We
right.
know how the government works.
I sure do. All right. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
All right. Approval of minutes of the regular meeting of March 27th, 2024, and April 10th, 2024, including the findings of fact for docket number PSU 24-0005.
So moved.
Second.
Sprague and Smart.
Thank you.
Commissioner Sprague is a yes, Commissioner Smart,
Yes.
Commissioner Riles,
Yes.
Commissioner Meyer.
Yes for March 27th, and I abstained for the April 10th.
Well, there's just one vote.
Okay, then I'll just abstain.
Commissioner Casper,
Yes.
Commissioner Hiken,
Yes.
Chairman Johnson.
Yes. All right. Other business. Ms. Nyes, what's happening?
I do have something. So I am just giving the Plan Commission a FYI that staff is working with the contractor for Rosebud over at Uptown 500. And you're probably going to see them installing 3 rooftop units on the second floor roof deck, and shortly, within the next month. So how they were initially proposing to do the units is not going to work, how it got built. So these rooftop units have to go on this, the deck of the second floor. So we're working with them, we're gonna have them install them, and then we're gonna analyze the impacts, and then we're gonna figure out the best screening method, and then we're gonna bring it forth to the Plan Commission, that proposal. But you will see them go up before anything comes here. So just a heads up for that. Don't be alarmed when you see it go up. But the RTUs will be there before any screening is there.
Okay.
And that should be happening soon.
All right. Any other business? Commissioner Heiken?
Nothing from me, thank you.
Mark?
Nothing for me.
Greg?
Nothing for me.
Casper?
Nothing.
Commissioner Meyer?
Nothing, thank you.
Riles?
Nothing, thank you.
All right. Yeah, I really don't have anything either. So, in that case, a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Meyer and Riles.
No. All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.